Welcome back to the pod with Indie VTuber interview. Today, I am here with the one, the only Mizu, the Fishboy, the controversy himself, the femboy, you know everything. I'm your host, Kero, and so basically,
You're doing great, hun.
yeah, you're right. Thanks, babe. Um, I am not used to doing this. With people that like I'm not really familiar with. You're like kind of like the person that like I've done it with that I know the least about.
Oh,
For the
we've done
most
it
part.
with. I didn't know that. Someone should
uh,
have told me.
may not remember. It was a long time ago. But Mizu, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're about, things like that. Just give it a go. Whatever you'd like to, tell the people.
I'm about causing problems. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
But we know that, we'll get into that a little bit later. Trust me, I've got plenty of stuff to ask about that. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to ask you about that kind of stuff, but you're on my stream. I mean, not my stream, but you're on my channel now, so I get to ask questions. What is the reason that you got into content?
No, I just like it. It's enjoyable. There's nothing special. It's a boring reason.
It's just simple as that. You just enjoy it.
Yeah, content's fun.
All
I
right,
like
yeah.
making people laugh.
No, I think that's a pretty good enough reason, honestly. I think that's good enough to get into it. You're not, like, well, you're probably, I don't know how you feel about, like, the monetary gain of, like, content creation or anything like that, but if you're just
It
doing it
would
to
be
make people
nice.
laugh, yeah, you're just doing it to make people laugh, and you're doing it because you enjoy it, then there's not really anything that could be said against it or anything like that. When you started content, when like just creation and things like that, did you ever think that you would be making the content that you do now?
Oh, 100%. It's absolutely planned.
So you just automatically just said, "Hey, I'm about to start causing chaos in the scene."
I mean, not necessarily chaos. I kind of started wanting to be nice, but everybody in the community kind of sucks.
But look, I'm not gonna say it. Uh, I don't know what to say there. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I'm just putting it out there. Uh, so like when it comes to like drama content, like how did it end up that way? Because like you said, it wasn't supposed to necessarily always be like that, but something had to have happened that made you go fuck it. Like this is the way we're taking it now.
Starting beef with Samurai,
I don't.
the demon succubus VTuber, whatever she wants to call herself now. Now she's Bo Sheep.
I have no idea who the fuck that is. Like, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to like the scene and the community, I stick to myself. I stay in my lane. That's how I plan to do these interviews because I have no bias towards anybody or anything like that. So, hey,
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I
fair.
mean? Like, even if I don't like somebody, I'm gonna interview them. Like, that's just the way it is. I'd like to have the opportunity to talk to everybody. I'm unbiased. If people have a problem with that, I'm the wrong person for you. You can call me a fence sitter or somebody who doesn't choose a side. I don't give a fuck. Not my
You a
issue.
fence sitter.
Not my issues. I mind my business. And my business is doing interviews with other really small VTubers. Alright. How long were you an indie VTuber before like you joined like Juniper and things like that?
Like 3 years ish,
So
in
you've
that
been
range.
so you've been doing this since like 2020, 2021, around that range.
Yeah, something like that. I'd have to look it up, like the specific day.
Yeah, no, that makes perfectly sense. Like, it's one of those things where, I guess during 2020, a lot of people started doing VTubing, or I guess that was like a really big boom for VTubing in general, obviously, but it was a big boom for content creators. A lot of people started to blow up then and come out the woodworks and whatever. So, if that's the
Everybody decided to
case,
take COVID as an opportunity to stay inside all the time and stream.
yeah, basically that's how it went. I think I was started being a VTuber in. I think I was also. I know. I think I was like 2021. I think I was like 2021 because I wasn't working during 2020 to be able to afford, all my shit. But
Oh, you poor soul.
I know, right? Imagine if I. But like, I've been doing YouTube for years, but that's not the that's a different story.
Imagine not having money. Oh,
I
cringe.
know, right? I mean, you've been in the struggle before. You know exactly what it's like, you know. So
You talking
I'm
about Ben? I still am.
I'm pretty sure you've rolled up a couple ends of like the bread, you know, the ends of the bread, you know, with some cheese in it, and called it and done something with it. Look, we've all done it, you know. You open up the can of beans, you're wondering what you're doing with your life, and you're still gonna eat it, but you know, unless you don't like beans, I don't know what you eat honestly. What do fishes eat? You know?
Anything that ain't British food.
Damn, you calling them out like that, like
I
instantly?
am. I
What's
ain't
the
like the British.
what's the best British food?
They don't have any. What are you talking about?
That's crazy. All right, I'd say I'm obligated to agree, but I honestly don't want to, you know.
What, you want to eat beans on toast?
Okay, but hear me out. If it's like those baked beans with like the little bacon chunks in them, it could possibly go on toast. I never tried it, so I can't judge it. Like, uh, I eat just about everything,
I'm judging you right now.
so look, I eat a lot of things. I'm a culinary student. My palate, I gotta eat it before I judge it. You know what I mean? So it is what it
Whatever
is.
you think.
Listen, Mizu, I'll eat a lot of things. You know, I eat fish too. So don't get me
That's
started.
what she said.
How has it been for you in Juniper so far? It looks like you really enjoy it. Obviously, you got some good friends over there, Akko and Lumi and stuff like that. Uh, so being
Oh
part of
yeah,
a
no, we doing
yeah,
good.
yeah,
We've
like
been solid.
solid, good.
Solid.
Being part of a group, do anything for like your motivation to keep creating content. Obviously, it's gonna put a lot more pressure on you because you started projects with them, and if you back out, then you know the projects kind of fall through, stuff like that. So I'm sure it keeps you like on your toes and uh ready to like get back out, like do more content. Because if you don't, then you're kind of like leaving them, you know. So
Oh no, our main project was something I'd already been working on. I have a couple streams of it already.
nice, nice. So you guys started like a whole podcast just based around like talking about like the drama and things like that. That's
Yeah,
not
there's a lot of it.
yeah, that's not my field. So like I rely on you guys for that, and even then I don't really watch every stream because you know like no like I'm an innocent being unless it's talking about monster girls or monsters in general, you know, things of that nature. I'm kind of like out of the loop, so uh
You're degenerate. It's okay.
yeah. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a lewd tuber because obviously I'm not talking about anything lewd. But like, if you ask me a question about it, you know, like I'm gonna. But that's a story for a different time. Trust me, it's coming. But way that I wanted to like ask about this is like, so when you guys were coming up with the podcast, were you guys like 100% like did you guys have to like mentally prepare yourselves? Because obviously you've been like more so in the drama than like Akko and stuff like that. So like before like the podcast and before like you know getting into stuff with you guys, Akko has been like the sweet bean of the group, right? So like when it comes to like you and Lumi and Akko all getting together to talk about drama and stuff like that, were you guys all mentally prepared for like the backlash and things like that that you might get by doing the certain content? I mean, most likely you are, but like I just wanted to hear like, you know, the thought process behind you know those kind of things.
I think they were because I warned them pretty heavily ahead of time. That, like, guys, if we talk about this, people get mad. Like,
You've been in quite the kind of scuffles on Twitter. You know, it's not a real place, but you know, you've been throwing hands on Twitter and sometimes with Twitter itself. You know, but we'll we're not gonna jump ahead just yet. I kind of want to ease into that, you know, get the get the people to know you a little bit better. So when it comes to uh how things are when you like grew up and things like that, how do you think that shaped who you are today? Other than the struggle, because you know we're all struggling, but growing up, how do you think it shaped who you are today? And you know, how did it influence just like I don't know the aesthetic of like your character, your personal character, not like your you know the fish boy.
I just like fish. Thank you, Your Honor. No, I mean, I I would say my upbringing actually has basically nothing to do with my content type. Because I was raised with a very like a live and let live, don't mess with people if they're not messing with you kind of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do not follow. I am all up in people's business all of the time.
Yeah, just nosy as fuck fish. All right, you are all over Twitter, just waiting for something to pop off in the VTuber community, so you guys get free
Fun.
content. You know.
I
Yeah.
don't see how anyone is like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. Shut up. You're very interested.
But I'm not. That's the see,
You're
you're
always
see now you're
watching from a
see
distance.
now you're talking to somebody who's actually like kind of like outside of that, like the drama sphere, right? Because I haven't been in drama personally myself, but like I've been in that community for so long that I've kind of distanced myself from it at this point. I've kind of gotten tired of it, you know. Uh, like when it comes to VTubing, I don't watch a lot of the other content creators that talk about this drama, like Rev and stuff like that. And nothing against Rev or anything. I actually watched him multiple times in the past. I just got tired of seeing negativity. I started focusing around, positivity in my life, things like that. Other than you guys, like you three, for the Under the Tea podcast, I don't really indulge in that all too much. I don't know, you guys talking about it is like something I can leave on and be like, all right, tune out while I'm working or something like that. I think it's all right, I think you guys got something good there. Also, the name Under the Tea is really fucking good, by the way. Just wanted to let you guys know that.
Oh, thank you. It came to me in a vision.
What kind of vision, just you were like, oh shit, like
A
it just.
vision of my own greatness.
I see. I mean, you gotta have that kind of confidence, that kind of like ego to do what you're doing. Otherwise, people are gonna shut you down like hella hard. Um, so
Exactly. You gotta be your own. What do they say? You gotta be your own hype man.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like you got people around you to be right, man. You've been in some stuff and things like that. So I just wanted to jump on to like the next thing. It's like, so funny enough, we're gonna get more into like your personality and things like that when it comes to like the next few things. So I just wanted to know, like, you. So as far as I know, you play a lot of RPGs and things like that. I'd like to ask, like, when it comes to like, I know you play other genres of games, but for the one that I see you play a lot is like RPGs, things like that. Like Conception, obviously, which I didn't even know was a thing until you told me about it.
Conception is based.
What got you? Why are RPGs like the thing that like draws you in? Like, why is that your like game genre?
I I honestly don't think I would say RPGs are like my game genre. The thing I put the most time into is like shooters. I don't stream them a lot because I'm bad at them.
Oh, so you're sitting here playing. I know I can just say the obvious ones, but like you're probably gonna say no to all of them because a lot of them are actually kind of bad. But like let's be honest. But if you've been in playing shooters that long, I'm sure that you were right there in the trenches during the Black Ops, like the original Black Ops voice, like lobbies and stuff like that, like as we
Yeah, I've
all
heard
were,
my fair share of slurs.
as we all did, we all threw some out, it happens sometimes, things happen. It was a different time.
Oh yeah, I'd be so canceled if my old Call of Duty clips ever came out.
Yeah, it was a different time, guys. It was a different time. All right, back then we could say whatever the fuck we wanted and nobody would take it at face value, So hopefully the people on my channel already know that cuz I I have fucking Mizu here and Mizu can say some fuck shit if I ask him the wrong question. So it is what it is. I'm not going to stop him. If it is shooters, then what kind of shooters are you like playing then?
Warframe mostly.
That's the one I was hoping you like wouldn't say.
Wait,
Warframe.
what?
Warframe.
Yeah.
I've heard like nothing good about Warframe. Tell me one good thing about Warframe.
What do you mean? Have you heard nothing good about Warframe?
No.
Here, well, let's do it the opposite direction. You tell me what bad you've heard about Warframe.
This is my interview. You are not the one interviewing me. This is
tolerate Warframe slander on the timeline.
This is my pond. You came to my pond. Well, if
It's
you don't
got
want
a
slander, then just tell me some good things about it. What persuade me to pick up the game if you were going to.
it's got a fantastic community that is always willing to help out, and I will always shill this story. The devs are so friendly to their community that when they released a new feature and they saw that some dude had dropped like $1,000 on it in the first hour, they immediately went back to the drawing board and redid the whole feature because they didn't want people spending that much money on it.
We love devs that take care of their community. That's a pretty good damn reason. I'm not gonna lie. You got me there. I think that's like the biggest thing is devs caring about the community. So I can't really argue with that. I can't. I just can't. Uh, it's not Destiny or anything like that. So we take those. Um,
Yeah, it's like my favorite Warframe story because there's a dev stream of them talking about it too. And they're like, yeah, we opened up our like payment and we saw that one account had paid us like 50 times in the past hour since the update went live, all for this one thing that we had just released. And that made us realize that we kind of made a gotcha on accident, and that's not what we were trying to do.
I mean, is there anything wrong with gacha? Though? I mean, there is. It's gambling, and it can be a serious addiction. But
As someone who actually likes gotcha, I do think that they immediately noticed the reason why it can be bad.
oh, definitely. Trust me,
That one guy is the reason gotcha can be bad.
I I'm just as bad. I have not played a gacha game in months, and the reason is because every time I step into a new one, I go, "Ooh, I want these characters," and I instantly put money into it. I'm one of those people. So, like, I'll be perfectly honest. I started Blue Archive. I think mid last year, and instantly sunk like $200 into it, and I just looked at myself and I was like, I haven't even put to like a whole day's worth of hours into the game yet, and I'm already spending money. So at that point, I knew, I had to slow down on the gotchas a little bit, but it
I
hurts.
will say, as someone who likes Blue Archive, I do believe that they are not very like new player friendly at all.
Oh no, not at all. Those raid battles and stuff are like terrible for like new players. Like if you don't have the right unit, you just get fucking ass blasted. So
Exactly.
speaking of games that
Mm-hmm.
you play and things like that, so I'm gonna bring this up because this is like the first time we ever shared a moment on stream. How do we? I'm just gonna like I'm not quite understanding how your game recommendations can take you to that side of Steam.
Oh, because I sit through like the Steam whatchamacallit. For those of you who have no idea what the host is talking about because they're not giving you any
Not
context,
at all. I'm just like kind of giving you the torch, you know.
we sat through a thing one day where I was just covering all I was just going through the Steam. What do you call it? What does Steam call it?
Like recommendations or
It's
uh
the thing. It's your Steam queue. That's what it's called.
oh, okay.
When I get bored, I will look through my Steam queue to see like what games Steam recommends me. And I had a lot of really suspicious games in my Steam queue.
A lot is an understatement. You went on for like 40 minutes just finding games that a lot of people probably have never heard of or want to hear of.
But that's because I was continually going through my Steam queue.
To see more of said games.
I was curious. I think most people get curious.
A lot of them were just wild. Not to say that I was also curious to hear what you had gone through, but I just didn't know that people were just looking at these games like this. You know, like I knew that there was some weird shit on Steam, but I think when we were talking is when I really understood that like holy shit, there's an entire like category just for people that are down bad horrendously. Um and that's fine. I just didn't expect it. which is
So
weird.
I will say, in my defense, that just kind of happens when you have gone through your Steam queue so many times. I think I told y'all while we were in that call, but my Steam queue right now is at something like I've gone through 3,000 games.
3,000.
Yeah, I've gone through like 3,000 something games on my Steam queue.
Damn. So,
Which is why I've kind of ended up at that point, because there's literally nothing else for them to like give me.
so you're kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
There's genuinely nothing else for them to like pass off to me.
Okay, that's. I mean, it's weird, but it also makes sense. You know, like one slip up and somebody gets into a new kink, so it can work. Been there, done that. You know, one slip up, somebody showed me something, and I'm like, damn, maybe this ain't so bad. You said that you played some of those games. If they look good enough, I'm sure. I would try them. You know, obviously, being me, especially if it's got like Monster Girls in it or something like that, I would definitely try it. Uh, don't ever ask me to play that on stream or anything like that. I won't. But I would definitely let you guys know how it goes.
I go by the rule, like, I will look at if you can entice me like with your page, I will at least give it a shot.
I feel like for a lot of those games though, they literally just give you like the when it comes to like the pictures, they give you like, I don't know,
Oh, they give you the
picture,
best parts.
like picture of like locker room, and then the next picture is back shots or something like that, and it actually explains nothing about the game itself.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird side of Steam, but it's a side that, you know, caters to a certain audience. So it's not bad. I just wanted to know more about it and, you know, why, you know, you're more into it and things like that.
I never said I was into it. I just said I scrolled through it.
I,
Now we're putting words in my mouth.
I feel like you gotta be a little into it to want to keep going through it, right? Like at least to keep like at least like you're at least into seeing what they offer.
I am interested in the history of video games.
Video game, not the history of video games. So I have to say this because I don't fucking. It's a video. You know all the good shit. You know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna chill. You know. I'm pretty sure they have like a little special thing now where it says like, you know, hit the like button, you know, or like the video or subscribe. You know, please subscribe. You know, the stuff like
Hey
lights
guys,
up.
hit that
It
like
it
button.
likes it like lights up or some shit
Smash
now.
that-
You know what I mean?
Smash that bell down below.
I don't know about smashing the bell. You know, we keep
Smash
it
the bell,
simple
guys.
here. But I know every time I say it like lights up now or something like that, depending on how you say it. But like, yeah, you know, like the video, subscribe, all that good shit. You know, help me beat the algorithm because I'm doing a series on other small VTubers. So like, it's not like I'm doing this to grow or anything. All right.
You're not doing it to grow.
Nah. All right. So next question: do you bite your ice cream?
Yeah. When you get like towards
No.
the end of it, not at the start.
Okay, I thought you were gonna use the same argument like ice cream sandwiches, which we already know the answer to, but I was just asking like in general.
I actually don't like ice cream sandwiches, I'll be honest.
Are you real?
Yeah. It tastes a little weird to me.
Is it like the type of chocolate that they use, or
It's it's the not the type of chocolate, it's the chocolate piece, like the wafer or whatever you want to call it.
yeah,
I think it tastes weird.
it like has like a weird texture to it? Or, like, are you a texture
Yeah.
person? You know?
I am.
Okay, that
Like
makes a
I
lot of sense.
physically can't eat mashed potatoes because the texture is so bad for me.
That's crazy. So like, even if like you put it in your mouth, you're like, oh, it tastes all right. I just can't.
You know, it tastes
Yeah.
fine. The texture is just awful.
So
Makes you feel like ill.
okay, that's crazy to me. I've heard a lot of things when it comes to like texture, like, you know, like slimy, like tomatoes, or like the, you know, the chunky, like a yogurt or something like that. People can't get behind, but like
Yeah.
the smooth, buttery silkiness of mashed potatoes.
For me, it's like stuff that has like kind of a mushy feel to it. It's the same
Okay.
thing with like the ice cream sandwich. Like the top of it's not solid. It's like it's a mush. It
Okay.
feels weird.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, like you said, as long as it's like at the end, probably inside the cone, obviously, you're biting the cone or whatever, right? You're not just out here biting ice cream. All right. 'Cause I have to ask that to everybody that comes on the show because I need to know instantly.
You need to know who bites their ice cream.
Yes. Because I need to know who I'm never gonna talk to after after the video. Just I have to make sure I'm in the right the right space. Like the circle of people I talk to have to be sound of mind and not insane to bite ice cream because that's weird. So what's your favorite kind of ice cream if you were to have like a favorite ice cream? I know this is a lot of ice cream based stuff, but the people in my community know exactly why I'm asking you these questions.
I'm a very boring person, so I like chocolate vanilla swirl.
Okay, that's good enough for me. You're fine. That's fine. It's okay to be basic too. Nothing
Yeah, I
wrong with
don't want
being
like all this extra
basic.
shit in my ice cream. Like maybe put some M&M, like some of those chopped M&Ms that Dairy Queen does. I'm
Yeah,
down with that.
yeah. I'm
Never
I'm
Jimmy's though.
yeah. I'm way out there. I like salted caramel. I like what else? Rocky Road. Stuff like that. Cookies and cream. I'm one of those people. Uh, but I was just hoping you didn't say mint. If you said mint chocolate chip, I would have actually had to just end the video there. Um, I don't make the rules. I mean I do make the rules, but I also don't make the rules. It's tradition around here. One day somebody's gonna get caught off guard and wonder why I cut their interview short, but it's gonna be the funniest thing ever. So
Do you put sprinkles on your ice cream?
no.
Good. I'd have to not be your friend.
No. I just like having the ice cream. All
We'd
right.
have to have a fight.
I mean, all right. If we're fighting, right? If we're fighting, all right, like hear me out, right? Fishboy, right?
Uh-huh.
I like you could take me, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. Could it be me? All right.
I could take 5 guys in a fight.
I'm glad you said in a fight. All right. Sorry, it like caught me off guard. So now we're gonna really start getting into like the meta stuff, the stuff you knew was coming, the stuff everybody asked you about, the tweets, the controversies, and just how much Twitter fucking hates you. And I do mean the platform itself because you've lost like 2 or 3 accounts at this point. For not really doing
I
much
haven't
either.
lost any accounts.
Haven't you ever like 2 accounts like suspended?
There's a possibility. I'm a good boy though. I've never had an account suspended.
All right, Mizu. Okay, I will admit Mizu is a good boy. Mizu, good boy. But some people it's Twitter. It doesn't exist, so people like to do whatever they want there. People get mad at stuff you really shouldn't get mad at, like us.
Yeah, the
It doesn't
problem is
matter.
Twitter. I'm the good one.
Yeah, Mizu's a good boy. All right. So when it comes to all that stuff, like I will admit, even me and you didn't really start off on the best terms, which is weird to say
You had me blocked.
because no, I didn't. Oh my god, I never blocked you.
You did.
No, I did. No, did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember blocking you. I remember. I was like, yeah, we're just gonna agree to disagree and then not talk to each other. I don't remember blocking you.
Yep, I got blocked.
I don't remember blocking you because
Hurt my little feelings.
the last time I looked at your account, the one that at least I was talking to, you were like, well, suspended, but because I don't know why, but like I was looking through my DMs and I was like, oh, I wonder how Mizu's doing, and I like looked at your account and it was suspended. So, the Twitter ninjas got to you, but
Twitter ninjas are always coming for me.
a lot of people seem to be coming to you for some of the takes that you make. And obviously Twitter's Twitter, so there's going to be people that blow things out of proportion. There's going to be people that put things in your mouth, all that stuff. It happens. It doesn't really matter what happens on Twitter. At least that's what I think. Because I don't know. Let me take us for example. We didn't really see eye to eye, and now you're fucking here talking to me for, whatever reason. But it happens on Twitter. It stays on Twitter. It gets forgotten about because why not?
Everyone likes
Wait.
me after they talk to me. It's the people that used to talk to me.
So when it comes to like those things, do you ever expect those tweets that like blow up and become like controversial to blow up and become controversial? Or are you just like tweeting into the void and then like it reaches like an audience outside of like what it was supposed to reach? Because that's usually how things start. Is inside the community or like inside your own little circle, people understand what you mean. But as soon as it like goes outside of that initial circle, things start to go like off the rail.
You never expect anything to blow up. Because if you do, you're just gonna be disappointed all the time.
I mean, yeah, but like I still like you just never thought like a take you made one day would just be like, all right, this is what gets people like pissed off at me.
Not intentionally. I've said it before, but uh, everything I tweet out, I typically don't actually think it's that bad, or else I wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of things that people brought up. At least from the one that I saw, there's a lot of things that people brought up. People will bring up your past tweets, whatever, and they're and the funny thing is, I watched the entire Under the Tea podcast when it happened and stuff like that. I think it's incredibly funny, um, how a lot of people came after you, but not a single one of them actually, took the time to like do anything about it or whatever. Uh, I tried to talk to you privately because that's the kind of person I am, but everybody else just copy pasted the same picture and then reposted it to see if they would get likes. So because hating on somebody with the same picture and then reposting it to my audience, it might blow up. So who knows? Uh,
That's how they roll.
not calling anyone out, but I kind of am. So if you are one of those people, I'm sorry, but just
No,
know
I thought so.
what.
For those of you who don't know, one day somebody decided they were mad at me and they were gonna tweet about how mad about me they were. And in their thread, the exact same tweet of mine was posted no less than 30 times.
That's crazy.
Just over and over and over the exact same tweet.
Like, I think you're one of the people. You're like the first person that I've had on the interview that's like dealt with like mob mentality. That when somebody doesn't like you, the other people have to say that they don't like you, or they're like, outed, right? Because I'm pretty sure if anybody agreed with you in the comments or repost or anything, then they would also get hate for like, just saying like, I don't think this is that bad of a take, So, uh,
Yeah.
how is it like when it comes to like mob mentality and all that stuff? Like, how do you take it? Like, obviously, you're pretty strong mentally wise, things like that. But,
I just ignore them. I think they're all dumb. I've told them that to their face before. But like, look, I think you're all kind of idiots for being mad about this stuff all the time. You gotta like bring yourselves down 30 like levels.
yeah, like here's the thing, right? Like when it comes to Twitter, I don't think people realize that it's okay to disagree with people, right? Like I said, I've disagreed with you, and it doesn't really matter. But like, here's the thing about Twitter is, if you really don't like somebody, you really don't have to acknowledge that they exist. Um,
Yeah, you can just ignore them.
and I don't understand what people don't understand about that. You can block them. You can just completely there's so many things you could do. Obviously, they mobbed you into your account getting taken down, but that's why. Yeah, but I only know one situation. The situation before that, I don't know. I came late into the game, so
Yeah.
well, not late into the game, but late into knowing you at least.
Tardy to the party.
Fashionably late as usual. Not something that I think I could see myself in, one of those situations. Again, I don't really acknowledge people that don't really mean anything to me. They don't exist to me. So people come after me. I don't really give a fuck. Again, I don't think Twitter is a real place. People are gonna hate me for saying that. I don't care. It's one of those things where it's like, when I say that I don't think I ever see myself in that situation, I'm so unbiased about everything, and I try to like see where everybody's coming from, that I think that alone might get people to hate me. And because not online at least, but there are a lot of people I've talked to in person where they're like, well, if you don't agree with me or whatever, like, it's just not, like, you have to have like a stand. Okay, whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of people like that. That
Yes,
seem to think you have to have opinions on things. It's like, I
I
don't have to have an
yeah
opinion on it.
yeah,
I
you
can
don't
do what I
have
want.
to. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you say like, oh, it doesn't affect me, then people think that like you don't have any empathy for what's going on or whatever. And it's like, not really. I just have my own life going on, and my life, I have way more important things to worry about than some people on the internet being mad at me or whatever. But like, when I say that I don't really see myself in that situation, uh it's because I don't think I say or do things that would ever get me into such a situation. Maybe that'll change one day. Who the fuck knows, right? But
Yeah, you are tempting fate there, good sir.
it
No, don't
is
worry,
it
guys. I
is
don't
what
think
it
I'll ever
is.
be in a situation where something bad happens to me.
It is what it is.
Meteor
Uh
falling in the background.
Look, that'll be the most clout I've gotten or like I ever get, so I'll take it either way. Twitter, please hate me, so the people that silently agree with me will start to follow me and watch me and stuff. That'd be great. Uh we know it happens. There are people that silently agree with you, Mizu, on the takes that you have, but they won't say it out loud. And they'll
Oh
just
yeah, I've had some of them send it to me in DMs.
yeah.
Like, hey, I agree with you, but I ain't saying shit.
Yeah, like keeping their brand or like their image like clean, but they're like, I'm still a fan of you, or I still fuck with you, stuff like that. And I guess that's fine. Nobody wants to ruin their image. uh Unless you're me. I don't really give a fuck. You could be one of the most hated VTubers on the planet, and I'll still interview you because I think that'd be fucking good. One of the reasons I even wanted to interview you, Mizu, is because we didn't agree with each other at first, and I was like, and I remember saying this. I was like, he may not want to do the interview with me, but like, I would still want to interview him because we don't get along. And I want people to know that just because I don't get along or like I don't always agree with somebody doesn't mean I'm gonna keep them off my show or whatever. Like, the entire point of my show is to just interview other small VTubers and things like that. So it
Yeah,
is what it is.
it is what it is.
And
Yeah, no, I've never turned somebody away that wanted to talk. Even people that have like been downright evil to me. I've been like, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's speak.
well, I don't think I've been evil to you.
I didn't say you.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you're volunteering some information I don't know about.
I don't have any information on you. I keep, like I said, I keep my nose clean. I stay in my lane. I mind my business. All right. Ever since I've been born, I do this thing where I mind my business. And it's crazy
I
how
never
much
mind
people.
my business.
Yeah, it's crazy how much people don't like when you mind your business, but it is what it is. Because, like I said, I I don't mind being friends with people that are in drama and stuff like that. Their business is not my business. My business is if they're gonna come on my show and I can ask them about that business so they can talk about it.
Understandable, yeah.
When it comes to like lost Twitter accounts, do they at least tell you why you lost them?
Oh no. They never will.
And they're just sitting there in the void, like,
Yeah, they'll just nuke it and then be like, good luck, peace, and leave.
yeah. And so I've seen like some people lose their Twitter accounts and things like that. Obviously, you're one of them. Do they like say like, oh, you can get your account back if you do like certain things, and then like, but they never tell you exactly what that certain thing is or like how to avoid slipping up again because they just are not transparent at all.
Oh no. A lot of times they won't even tell you what you did.
Oh, so you're just
Like
gone.
right now I'm stuck in a loop of them just constantly sending me a message that says, you can appeal your account here. Okay, here's my appeal. And then I just get a message back, like literally 10 seconds later, that says, what do they have them on? Oh yeah, Twitter reserves the right to suspend people. You're suspended.
Then
It's
why
like, I
would
know
they
you
send you the
reserve the right
message?
to... Yeah.
Like, why would
Like,
they
I'm
send you
well aware that
the
you reserve the right to suspend people. That's not what we're talking about here, Twitter.
basically they're dangling the carrot in front of the horse. Like, they're saying you can get your account back if you appeal, and then every time you try, they say
They say
no.
no appeal.
Okay. Basically,
That's how they do it.
they're just Twitter doesn't like you. I understand. Well, I can't even
Yeah.
say Twitter anymore. It's X, because okay, let's be honest. Those who were there during the golden age of like Twitter know that Twitter is not going to ban you for having certain takes. So, it is what it is. The
Yeah. The
golden,
world is
the,
cold and hard,
yeah, the
titty soft and warm.
golden age of Twitter was built different. Also, I wanted to ask, right? You said titties soft and warm, right? Like, why do you have like the water jugs? What was the
On
story
here,
behind that?
the booballoons, which, by the way, do get bigger if I need them to, and they bounce.
It's funny because I can't even see them. Oh wait, they were just there and then like not there again. But I don't know what's
I
going
just
on.
didn't show up for you. I'll hold it
Oh,
up
there
for a
they
hot
go.
second.
Oh my god.
They're my booballoons. Nah, it's just I
Your
had a bunch of followers that demanded I have titty, so I invented titty for myself that I
your
found in the Steam Workshop.
your boo balloons. All right,
Yeah,
that's
they're
wild.
on the Steam Workshop.
That's
They come in blue.
that's wild. They can be Akko sized. All right.
Yeah, I think they're great. That Tony the Tiger thing. They're great.
I keep saying so every time I want to go to something else. Like you can tell it's been a while since I fucking done this, right? What keeps you going despite being hated by like so many people? And again, it's probably not a lot of people. It's just a lot of people speaking up on Twitter and things like that. But like,
Their spite fuels me.
yeah, it keeps you going.
Yeah. I know they hate me, and I know they can't do anything about it.
I mean, that's true. Unless they just get rid of your Twitter again. Oh,
Yeah, but they've never gotten rid of like anything that matters.
that's true.
Like my Twitch or anything.
I don't think Twitch really cares about what you say or do.
As long as I'm not streaming porn, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, you're a good boy. You're a good fish. So, like you said before, like your model just kind of came about because you like fish. Like when you were designing it, what was like the key like thing that you wanted for like your model, other than obviously being fish?
Femboy, which was oddly very difficult to get a hold of.
Somebody that does like a feminine figure, but not putting big old breasticles on her. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to find an artist that would do it. Because every artist was like, oh, you want like a cute girl? It's like, no, I want a man that looks cute. And they said, oh, no, I don't do male models. And then they just stopped talking to you.
Which is kind of funny to me because looking at your model, it really is. You could have just said, I want a flat girl, like a really petite looking female, and you would have the same result.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think that's
But no.
funny. Sometimes
We
you
don't
gotta
do
trickle
no
them,
female models around here.
But yeah, no, I completely understand that. The only issue I had with getting my model is the hair over the eyes. People don't really like doing that because you also have to rig the eyes. But what's the point of rigging the eyes if nobody can see them? But yeah, but
Yeah, that's fair. For me, this didn't become an issue until after I had the model, but I actually have a lot of transparency going on here, especially with my sash. So it creates a lot of problems with like streaming and stuff.
the transparency is cool. Like when I'm looking at it against like my background that you can't see right now, but like when I'm looking at it against my background and stuff, like it's transparent. I can see everything behind you and things like that.
The transparency is great.
Yeah.
It's caused so many issues.
I feel like it's still worth it. Like the cons or the pros definitely outweigh the cons because it's also a great like little design thing you got going on there.
Oh no, I think it looks fantastic.
I talked
It just
to
caused a lot of issues.
basically everybody that comes on the show, like when it comes to like VTuber designs, that some people can just be way too flashy with their designs and things like that. As you can tell, I'm pretty simple. I like very simple like design, but like even the simplest design. Like it's more so the unique part of my character comes from my character's body itself, not really the clothing I'm wearing. I think you do a really good job at having really nice clothing that shows who your character is, but it's not Flash. You don't have wings that spread across half the screen and block off the game, or a million tentacles behind you and stuff like that. You know, like things like that of that nature.
Yeah, I think some
Uh,
people go a little overkill with stuff like that.
yeah, and the thing is, they go overkill with it, and then you never see that asset other model because they turn it off anyway. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it just
it's
makes problems.
yeah. It's like you have it to have it, but really it's not really there for any reason. And it's even if you do have it, a lot of the people drawing fan art or whatever really aren't going to include it because again, you never really stream with that asset on.
A lot of the fan art I get is kind of weird, to be honest. The
I never really asked anybody about fan art when it comes to like the interviews or anything, but I would really like to ask you about fan art because I've interviewed males and female VTubers, but I've never had like a femboy, and I feel like that's an avenue that like needs to be explored when it comes to like art. And I need to hear your stories.
like, look, I appreciate any art my fans get me. I love art. However, some of you people are fucking weird.
I can
Like,
only assume they're giving you like the biggest fucking breasticles. Like,
no, like fair enough. They don't do that, but they do send me like weird stuff with like try. I feel like some of my fans try and force me into being a meme person, and I'm really not.
I don't think you're mean. I just think
No meme.
oh, a meme. I could see that.
Yeah. Like I have a lot of people that like really want to force me into being a meme over everything else. And it's just like not the kind of content I put out. So I don't think it works particularly well.
Yeah. Like, what's the weirdest piece of art that you've gotten, like fan art, if you're okay talking about it?
Someone who shows up to basically all my streams, which again, appreciate. Uh but they got me fan art with one of my friends with me dressed in a Patrick costume. The starfish. They thought it was funny.
They thought it was. All right. I mean, I don't know about Patrick. I don't know, but I do think it'd be funny. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of fish jokes that could be made, and I think you've probably heard 50 million of them at this point. So
Yeah, most people just call me Water.
just call you Water,
Yeah, I
Water
get called
Boy,
Water more than anything.
Water Boy. All right.
Yep, I hear that a lot too.
Are you always wet?
No.
Ah, damn.
Only when the ears come out.
Understandable. So you said
Have a nice
ears.
day.
Do you have two sets of ears?
Yeah, one sec.
You do have two sets of ears.
Yeah, you got to.
And now you are wet. Alright. So
But yeah, I have two sets of ears. They are necessary.
I don't know if I'm the first one to say this. I'm probably not, obviously. But like the ears give me strong Vaporeon vibes.
I'm fine with that meme.
And I wasn't
That
gonna
doesn't
go.
bother me.
I wasn't going to the meme. I do know what the meme is, but like I'm just genuinely like a huge Pokemon fan, so like it just gave me Vaporeon like vibes. I mean, either way, that just means you're very compatible when it comes to breeding. So that's can't go wrong with that.
Mizu is the most compatible when it comes to breeding.
Yeah, which a lot of people are gonna think I'm fucking weird, but like
What's wrong
don't.
with being
Hey,
weird?
listen, the Pokemon Smasher Pass is coming eventually. Just keep an eye out. All right.
It's not the only thing coming eventually.
Don't test me, Mies. But
The opportunity was there, and I had to seize it.
oh my god, what kind of plans do you have going forward when it comes to content creation? Do you ever have like a? I know that people usually get like a version 2 of their model, like it's a Mizu season 2, like or anything like that. New model, new content, anything like that.
I'd kind of like a version 2 Mizu. I've wanted one for a while, but I don't have money for that.
No, I completely
VTuber's
understand.
expensive.
No, I completely understand. I completely understand. I would love to see a version 2 Mizu. Um, as long as you keep, the transparency, because I know they're gonna try to say like, let's not do it this time, but fuck that, keep it. At least.
I don't actually have contact with my original artist. So I would just be doing, I'd be finding like a completely new person probably.
Well, man, do I have the person for you? I'm sorry.
But yeah,
uh,
no, I probably unironically would have to find somebody new.
yeah, no, no, definitely like let me know, and I would definitely get you in contact with somebody I know. They are expensive, because they're like super high end, but I think it's worth it. I think they're a good person, and they deserve it. They go through some shit. But, like, so like, what about content? Are you just gonna stick with like the drama thing, or like even if you're sticking with just drama, how far do you think you can take the drama content and things
I
like
don't
that?
know yet. We'll see. I'm hoping to take it pretty far, honestly.
Pretty far. Pretty far. Do you have
Yeah.
like content that you do on on yourself, like other than streams and things like that?
Not really. I was gonna do like more like specific stuff, but I never really got around to it, honestly.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot. So, time to throw in another curveball because I do these every once in a while. And I just think it keeps it interesting. Also, it keeps the kind of randomity of my stuff.
Randomity.
I'm gonna make stuff up. It's okay. So let's just say it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, right? And you have a choice between any fast food that you could go out and get. Which one do you get?
Bojangles.
I I was making fun of one of my viewers because they follow like Bojangles on Twitter, and now it's not like all I've been hearing is fucking Bojangles. What the fuck is Bojangles?
Do you actually not know what a Bojangles is?
No.
Bojangles is a southern chicken place, basically.
Okay.
Uh, and the only reason anyone goes to Bojangles is because they do seasoned fries with like this really nice seasoning on them. Like they don't do like little fries either, like shitty little McDonald's fries. They do like the big, thick, like wedge fries. Or what do
Okay.
you
So
call
like
them?
steak fries, kind
Steak
of.
fries.
Yeah.
That's the word. Wedge fries are something else. Um, they do steak fries with like this really good seasoning on them. Uh, they're also like kind of up there with old school KFC, where like all the chicken is like really herbed and spiced up
Old school
instead of just
KFC
being like
did
we
hit
made
different.
chicken.
Yeah, no,
What?
old school KFC definitely did hit different.
Yeah, so they're still kind of like that because that's just how they make their stuff.
No, I can see it. So you ordered an air fryer a couple weeks back.
The fucking air fryer.
What?
The fucking air fryer.
Have you been using said air fryer since you got it?
Genuinely, I have not because I was sick.
Okay, makes sense. But you do have the air fryer. It has arrived and it's coming.
The air fryer has arrived. It is on the counter.
Okay. Uh, I wanted to ask how that's been going, but since you've been sick, obviously you haven't been using it. I just wanted to have an update on your lifestyle ever since you got an air fryer because it just makes life easier. It does.
Yeah,
Uh,
normally I would like have jumped at the chance to use it, but I had the flu, so I was just not happening.
no, I don't believe. You're gonna. Hopefully you love it. I can't say you're gonna love it because if you don't, then it makes me look dumb. But like, hopefully you love it. You already bought it, so you might as well use it.
Yeah, well, the hope was that because I'm just really lazy about making food. I think a lot of people are, even if they don't want to admit it. So I was hoping that this would convince me to like start,
Yeah.
properly making food, just because it'd make it a little easier.
So I have another question about when it comes to who you are. When you thought of the name Mizu, what was the reason behind that?
It's a dick joke.
All right. It's just that simple. It's a dick joke.
Part of it's a dick joke, not the whole thing, but
I'm
I
gonna
feel the need to like just include that part.
I'm gonna need an explanation.
Mizuhana means water flower. So water is self-explanatory. Flower is just because I like flowers. Sue me. Uh,
Okay.
then Oshibe means stamen, which is the male part of a flower.
Okay. Okay. I get it. I get it. I understand now. I understand now.
And I thought it was funny, so I
So,
went with it.
so I can call you Dick, and it's technically correct.
Well, no, and it's stamen.
Mhm.
You can call me plant dick. There's a difference.
But you're not a plant.
I'm not,
You're a
but that's
fish.
what it means. I'm just trying to keep you culturally sensitive.
All right, plant dick. All right. So, I have a big one here, and this is usually the one that people are afraid to answer, that kind of dance around a little bit, but I know you're not going to be one of those people. What do you think makes a good and bad VTuber?
Say probably what makes a bad VTuber is somebody who is too focused on like other VTubers. So I see it a lot, especially lately, where people just like get absolutely obsessed with what other VTubers think of them, and it makes them look bad, you know?
So, instead of doing your own thing, you're way more worried about what somebody else is doing.
Necessarily like that you're worried about what someone else is doing, but more that you don't care about like what your fans want.
Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Like, uh, there's a lot of people out there that are just kind of doing things to make themselves do the VTuber thing, right? And it's because you want to
They're
be,
doing VTubing for them, which to like a degree you kind of have to,
yeah.
but you also have to remember like you're doing it for like the people who watch you and show up to your stream every day.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
So like,
Yeah.
maybe just keep in mind that why those people are showing up and don't talk shit about them on Twitter. That
For like,
kills me. There's a
yeah.
lot of VTubers that talk shit about their fans on Twitter, and their fans just never see it because they don't follow their Twitter. And it's like, I wish you guys would follow their Twitter just so you could see like how badly they talk about you when they think you're not looking.
Nah, I do that shit on stream every time. Because I'm gonna talk shit to my viewers. I want them to know about it. Uh, Anybody watching this video or my streams, I want you to know, fuck you. Um, that's just the way I am. All right. I'm. I. Everybody knows it's a joke, but like, if you don't know it's a joke and you get mad at it, then this isn't the content for you.
Somebody gonna get salty.
They can get salty, and if they leave a comment, that's the best because it's just gonna help me with the YouTube algorithm. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's always the big thing everyone says. About the algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
the almighty algorithm.
Oh, it is mighty, but I don't really. I'm interviewing small VTubers. Like, I'm not really. If anything, I have this series so people can learn about more VTubers and help others and stuff like that. Like, obviously, I don't think anybody's gonna grow off of me, but just putting it out there on the internet, getting to know a certain VTuber or whatever, I think, just is a good idea and concept. So that's why I started it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of things going on. So what do you think makes a good VTuber then? Like, what's something you see in a VTuber and you're like, I think they got their shit down?
Honestly, it's just somebody who is doing something that they enjoy. Because I think that's a big mistake people make with like trend chasing, where they're like, oh, well, this is what's popular, so I'm going to do this. It's like, yeah, that might work for a little bit, but you're going to burn yourself out and then you're going to hate it. Like, you got to do what you enjoy.
Oh, definitely.
To like don't just be that one person that plays one game all day, every day. But you
I
still
mean,
have to
but
like
what if
be
they
picky.
genuinely enjoy that one game?
No, you're like fine to enjoy it. It's just not good for streaming. Like you need to pick something that you can stream that like is also something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't just pick the newest thing just because it's the newest.
No, I
That's
definitely agree. I wholeheartedly agree. That's why I continue to go back to Mario Kart even though I hate the game. All right.
well, because
uh,
that's always a big mistake. I think I see a lot of people make where something new comes out and they're like, "Oh, well, I have to do the new thing." It's like, well, is the new thing in a genre you enjoy? Well, no, it's not. Is it like from a company you like? Well, no, it's not that either. Why are you doing the new thing? Well, because it's new. Oh yeah, great reason. That's gonna go over fantastic.
No, I completely agree. What do you think when you see like VTubers doing something that you don't necessarily agree with VTubers doing? Because there's got to be stuff out there that you're like you see it and you're like, well, it's not the worst thing, but you can't agree with a VTuber doing that kind of thing, or just content creator in general. Maybe it's with their fans or whatever, but
I think they should graduate immediately.
damn, you think every VTuber should graduate immediately?
Graduate now. No, I mean, I do the same thing I always do. I just kind of call them out. I think somebody has to be there, like, in the background to, like, point at them and be like, you're kind of a dick. And you should know that.
Depends. What if the dick is like their whole character? They,
I don't think that works. Like, I've seen a couple people that are like, oh no, I'm just an asshole as a character. Asshole as a character works for, like, a video. It doesn't really work for a stream, like when you're actually communicating with your fans.
yeah.
Like, you can be an asshole to people in the game, and that can be funny.
Unless you're like LTG, like that's like his whole character. But
But even then, like, I feel like people only show up to make him mad, or to try and make him mad. And it's like, do you really want to be the person that the only reason anyone watches you is because they think you're gonna freak out?
I mean that's also true. Yeah, no, you have a good point. Like I feel like there's a lot of things that like some people do could really like get under or not get under people's skin, but like just uh when it comes to like content creation or anything like that, like it's more like I don't think you're doing this because you like content create. I think you're doing it.
Yeah. Or people that come in it and they're like, I'm gonna make tons of money. Like, that's a
Yeah, good luck with
terrible.
that. For anybody wanting to get into content creation, whether you're a VTuber or God forbid, I had to say this fucking word, flesh tuber, right? Uh, look, just make videos because the video might be funny, or because it might be cool to make a video with your friends or something like that. Just do it because of that reason. As soon as you go in there like thinking like, nah, I got this great idea, and it's gonna pop off, and I'm gonna be the like well, I don't think anybody has like the whole Mr. Beast mentality, but like I'm gonna be the next fucking I don't know Jacksepticeye or some shit, right? Like no, uh, you need to dial it back a little bit. First of all, your first goal should at least be making content, because let me tell you right now, when you start making content and you see that nobody's watching it, it's really gonna test your motivation and like just your everything. It's gonna test you like really fucking hard. Um, 'Cause it's not for everybody. It's really not. Like when you see like when you upload something or you go live and you see that there's literally nobody fucking watching your shit, it's gonna pretty much that's gonna be the breaking point for a lot of people. And I don't think they realize that.
Yeah. Like, you have to prepare yourself for nobody caring what you're doing. Which, like, it hurts to think about, but it is something you just have to consider.
I think one of the biggest pieces of advice that and I do want you to give some advice to people that do want to start and things like that, but I think my biggest piece of advice is don't expect your IRL friends slash family to give a fuck about your content. They literally see you every day or they hang out with you like once a week or whatever. They're gonna ask you how your week was or your day was or whatever when they see you. They don't need to come to your streams or whatever to see how you're doing or anything like that. They don't care. And they also live their own lives. I think that was like the biggest thing for me a couple years back when I was like, well, if you guys think it's cool that I'm doing content and stuff, why don't you guys ever fucking watch it? It's like they don't actually care about your content. And here's the thing. It's not because they're bad friends or anything. My friends have my back 100%. It's just
People have lives.
yeah, and maybe your type of content just isn't what they're into. You may be their friend, but that's not gonna force them to like a certain game that you play or the kind of content that you make and make them watch you just because you're their friend. That's still time out of their life, like damn, am I really gonna watch a 20-minute video of fucking Kero playing Roblox? Like no.
Yeah. It's also a thing where you have to learn to talk a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, what's that thing they say? Just remember to Ba-ba-ba. Get in the habit of narrating over yourself.
Yeah, it may seem redundant at first because you're just gonna, if you have no viewers or anything, basically the only thing you're talking about is like what's happening in game and your thoughts on the game. But at least you're saying something. And I think what a lot of people have issues with is when they're first. I don't think people realize that content creators are bad at video games for the most part because they're not actually paying attention to the video game. They're more so paying attention to talking to chat. Unless you're watching like a professional gamer, right? Obviously, they're going to be more focused. You're watching them because they're good at the game. I think that's a complete different story. But like, if you're just watching somebody that's playing a game and they're not naturally good at it, they're not focusing on the game to get good at the game. They're playing the game and talking to chat. And when you're talking to chat or like focusing on talking about your life or something that happened that day or whatever type of story you're trying to tell when you're doing content, the game comes second. Because if you focus on the game and you're sitting there blank face staring at it for an hour and a half, nobody's gonna watch that.
Yeah, just allow yourself to be bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being bad, anyways.
But yeah, people, and also people are gonna make fun of you, and chat likes that. Chat likes making fun of the streamer, so get used to that. That's just how it is.
I get used to being the butt of a joke. It's not that bad.
If you do have any more advice that you'd like to give, like starting out VTubers, YouTubers, anything like that, if they actually end up seeing this for some weird reason.
Guys, VTubers are not your audience. They're not gonna watch what you're doing.
No, that's definitely facts. I don't really watch other VTubers unless it's like my friends, but like for the most part, even when it comes to like my own like friends and stuff like that, I don't always have the time to watch them. Obviously, work, life, things like that come into play. But also, I'm a special case. I watch different VTubers because I kind of have to. That's how I get the information to interview them. Like, ask them certain questions about things. Like, obviously, if I'm going to interview Mizu and I was going to ask him all the questions about, like, the Twitter and stuff like that, I needed to know about, like, the Twitter, the controversies, and, you know, whatever happened to it. You know? I can't ask him about the stuff I wasn't there for, obviously, but, like, the stuff I was, I can ask him about it, you know? So, obviously, my content basically allows me to stalk people, and it's not creepy. So, but we're gonna leave that at that.
That's what you want to leave people off with.
No. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, you could think, you know, but
it's okay, guys. I just stalk people, but it's my job.
It's my job, like a journalist.
You can always bully journalists, chat. They're not people.
Last thing I kind of wanted to talk about here, or like last couple things is, first of all, obviously, I want you to, you know, do the whole shilling thing. Where can people find you? All that good shit.
You could find me over on Twitch at Mizuhana Oshibe. I have a similar account on YouTube. Or if you want to go to the place where everybody hates me, you can go to Mizuhana TTV on Twitter. It is my newest and latest Twitter.
Nice.
For now.
I will also put the Under the Tea podcast down there because Mizu is literally 1/3 of the podcast. So if you want more Mizu, more Akko, because I've already interviewed her, and like if you want to see both of them again and more content from them, please go to the Under Tea podcast as well. You'll see them both there. Now I just need Lumi, and I've never met Lumi, but I'm gonna get Lumi on this fucking show eventually.
Oh, Lumi's a good fish. Arguably worse than me.
Arguably worse. Alright. I don't know how I feel about that. But, Mizu, if there's one last thing you want to say about literally anything, please go ahead. It could be something as stupid as, like, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell or some shit. I don't know. Just whatever. Remember, this is going to be the last impression. Like, people are going to leave the video with, like, whatever you say, like, next, so.
Remember to eat your vegetables, kids.
Only good vegetables, though.
Only corn.
Corn is good.
Not even that good for you. But that makes it the best vegetable.
I don't know about that one, but yeah, definitely eat your vegetables, kids. And adults. Just actually more so as an adult, because your body's gonna start fucking up if you don't take care of it. But you know, uh,
Oh yeah, trust Kero. Your body falls apart.
it does. My body does fall apart quite often. So
Kinky.
so there you guys have it. That's Mizu. Again, go check them out. All their links and stuff like that are in the description down below. It has been very fun and honestly intriguing to actually interview you. Thankfully, you have done me the great service of not making the interview 2 fucking hours long. Like literally everybody else has done. So
I don't want to take up too much of your time.
I always tell people I don't really have a time limit, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It's just it makes the editing a little bit more tedious because I had to watch basically an entire movie about stuff that I've done. But yeah,
You see, though, everybody says they don't have a time limit until it's over 2 hours, and you're like, God, why did I say that?
but yeah, Mizu again, thank you so much for coming on. Now please get the fuck out of my club.
Oh, rude.
Yeah, the pond is closed. Go home.
Racist.
Go back to the ocean. You're done. Get out.
You're the one that has to drag me off screen.
Oh yeah, you're right. I could just. Ah. Wait. Why can't I just drag you all? Goodbye. There we go. All right. I was like, why can't I just drag you? But yeah, there we go. Everybody, have a good night. I don't know why I said that. Just have. It's been a while since I've done this fucking shit. Mizu is still there, by the way. He's not leaving. All right, cool. All right.